Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Today I'm going to be featuring the Tier 7 Battle Pass Premium Cruiser, the Tokachi. Here it is. Of course, this is going to be available for the Battle Pass. No, I don't know what the price of the Battle Pass is, because it's not final. And no, when I make the whole video, so basically this video, I don't know exactly what's in the Battle Pass. I'm just going to be reviewing the ship and showing you the ship. The Battle Pass, I don't think we know exactly what the prices are, and also what else you get with the ship when you buy the Battle Pass. So keep that in mind. So I'm just going to be reviewing the ship in this video. I will make a dedicated Battle Pass video in a day or two after it comes to live, and I can actually look at it with my eyes. But yeah, so this is a Tokachi. This is going to be a Tokachi video, so not going to be really a Battle Pass video. This is going to be a Tokachi video. But the Tokachi is available for the last reward for the Battle Pass, the Premium Battle Pass, I believe. So here it is. Let's start off with the Armour Layout. Here it's 13mm nose armor, like Atlanta, just like Atlanta, really bad nose armor. That means you can get overmatched by 203s, so that's nothing too crazy. Actually, that's pretty bad. The armor belt is 25, which is better than Atlanta, of course. I will be comparing this ship to Atlanta at the end of the video, so I will keep it chaptered so you can skip to that part if you want to. But also it has 48mm deck armor, which is honestly really good for a tier 7 light cruiser, super light cruiser. That's something Atlanta doesn't have. 48mm deck armor. But yeah, that's the Tokachi armor. If we take a look at the Citadel also, there it is. It sits very high, so you have to be really careful. Of course, it's a super light cruiser. Why am I calling it a super light cruiser instead of a light cruiser? It comes with destroyer guns. What do I mean? 127mm guns. It doesn't have 150s like other light cruisers. It has 127s, just like Atlanta. So they're destroyer caliber guns. But so let's start off with my commander build here. Last stand, incoming fire alert, priority target, survivability expert, concealment expert, IFHE, adrenaline rush, and heavy HE and sap shells. In terms of my equipment, I have prop mod 1, aiming system mod 1, engine room protection, and main armaments mod 1. Of course, this has torpedo reload booster, but I'll get more into that in the video. And in terms of the camouflage, you have this, which is the stock camo, perma camo you get with the ship. And you also have this if you have alternate IJN camos. I actually really like this mint green. I wish the mint green replaced the dark green and they replace each other. I think it would look like a better combination, to be honest. But that's what we have this for, I guess. So I'll be using this in the video. But yeah, let's go into the game. Alright, so here we are on Trident in a tier 7 match. So before I start off the game here, I would just want to tell you, it's gonna seem like it's a recorded game. Let me tell you what happened here, because like as you can see on the top left, it says recorded. What happened here is I used the wrong microphone for my whole video before. So the intro, the conclusion, I recorded the whole video with broken audio. So it wasn't like turbo broken. I mean, it was just really loud and it felt like I was in a bottle or something. Obviously, I was like, I can't upload that. People are gonna hate me for it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna commentate over the game I literally just played like 10 minutes ago. Obviously, this is really frustrating for me. Apologies to everyone. But, I mean, for you guys, it doesn't really make a difference, to be honest. The only difference is, I guess it's not live commentary. Instead, it's like a recording, so I know what's gonna happen. But, like I said, I literally just played this game 10 minutes ago with broken audio. So I'm not gonna feature that, obviously, because you guys will get mad at me. But I hope you guys do not get mad at me too much, because normally I feature everything with live commentary. This isn't live commentary. I just wanted to be open and honest with you, so there's no speculation as to why this video was not live commentary like every other video. But yes, I did play this game. Literally, but I had to re-record the video, which is annoying for me, but it's okay. I think we should talk about the ship now, because we're in the video, right? So, anyway, so for the ship, we have 7-second reload on our main guns, 2.3k alpha damage, 5.5% fire chance with IFHE, 13.6 kilometer gun range, so that's pretty decent. We have 70-second reload on torps, 12 kilometer torps, 17k alpha damage, 70 knots, so not bad torps. The only issue is, well, you have 3 per side, 3 torps per side. The angles aren't too bad. They're better than the IJN Tier 7 Mayoko and stuff, so that's pretty decent. You only have one set, unlike Maya, who has two sets, for example, but these are 12-kilometer torps. Hydro, standard 4-kilometer. You have TRB, so you get 6 torps if you want per side. You have a fighter plane, which you can use to spot behind islands. And you have 35,000 HP. You have 35,000 HP, which is pretty cool. Another thing you have is 36 knots of speed, which is pretty cool. One more thing I wanted to mention was the concealment. It's 10.6, which isn't as good as Atlanta, sure. But it's not too bad, I guess, compared to the rest of the Japanese cruisers. But yes, so here we have a Huron. The damage is pretty decent on these shells, as you can see. It's not too bad. The damage, pretty decent damage. It's better than Atlanta Alpha. Sure, the reload's worse, but you have decent Alpha. I will be comparing this ship to Atlanta, by the way, at the end of this video. I will keep it chaptered so you can skip to that part, okay? It's just something I wanted to compare to because they were both super light cruisers at tier 7, and I feel like they're very similar but also very different at the same time, so I wanted to feature them. But yes, so this is a Scharnhorst. This is pretty much how you're going to be playing the Tokachi as safely as possible behind islands. Obviously you can't arc as much as Atlanta because the arcs aren't crazy, but you know, oh yeah, you have better shell travel time than Atlanta. Not shell travel time, but the time to target is much better than Atlanta. That's part and due to the arcs being better. So you can't shoot over islands as much. You can still do it, and I will show it in this video where you can. But yeah, so now the question people might be raising is, why am I not launching torps there? I just want him to do something predictable. By that, what I mean is, I hope he can go to the 10 line, and then I can TRB him and launch 2. If I launch 1 right now, for 1, I'm risking my hull, especially since he's not moving. 2, as you can see from the top right here, in the middle of the screen, I'm hydroed. That means, well, they will instantly get spotted, the torps, obviously, when I launch. Now, obviously, now they won't, but now, well, the Scharnhorst is not moving forward, so I can't really engage with torps. So, that's, yeah. So we're just gonna be farming the Piotr Veliki here. The damage is actually, per salvo, is pretty decent on this thing, and the reload isn't too bad. I know in the Yodo video, talked about the Yodo and the reload being really bad, and on the Yodo, well, it is. This isn't part of the tech tree line, you have to keep in mind. I wouldn't say it's even similar to the tech tree line. Honestly, I prefer this to the tech tree line because the reload's better. I like having a fast reload, you know. So, yeah. I'm kind of scared of this Huron. I want to know what he's doing. That's why I'm launching fighter plane here. This is so weird having to commentate over a game which I, well, live commentaried right before. But I'm just pretty much just trying to output as much damage on battleships. This is why we took IFHE. Sadly, IFHE isn't going to mean as much this game. Obviously, pardon due to the fact that there's only 3 battleships on the board, and the 3 battleships have pretty decent armor. Scharnhorst, Piotr, and Fuso. Oh, here's a Huron. Let's try shoot him, I guess. There are, of course, 2 submarines per team. There's 2 submarines on my flank, actually. I'm very surprised the Huron went out on this hero play, especially since there's 2 submarines to outspot him. It's very interesting. I was very surprised, actually. You should see my live reaction, guys. I was like, what is he doing? But yeah, I mean, I don't end up killing him here. But we do quite a lot of damage to him. So 3 pens, as you saw, 2.3k damage. If you could land all 12 shells, you will crush someone. For sure. It's like playing Atlanta almost. I would say it's not as much as playing Atlanta. I think it's almost as much as playing Atlanta, though. You can do a lot of damage with these shells on destroyers at close range if you do hit those shells. Now, we're just pretty much behind this rock chilling. We're up to 71k damage, which is pretty decent. And now the Belfast is walking at me. Now, obviously, I accelerate here because I'm scared. We're going to load AP for 1 salvo. That was a pretty dumb idea, to be honest. Because, well, Belfast is a light cruiser. And ours are super light cruiser guns. And if he angles slightly, well, he's going to bounce. Or they're just going to non-pen on his belt. Right? So I should have just used HE there. Maybe chunked him for 5k or less. Probably less, to be honest, because I only had my back guns on him. But, yes. So he radared coming around the corner. Now his radar is offline, so we're chilling. So I'm just gonna try reverse here and maybe try get some shots on him, which would be pretty cool. I'm not spotted right now. There's no radar, so it should be pretty chill. I used my fighter plane right there before, by the way. The reason I used it was to spot the Scharnhorst behind the rock. And because I wanted to know what he's doing. Obviously, that's the nice thing about fighter plane is you can just use it to spot someone behind the rock. It's not just used for planes, obviously. It's not just... A fighter plane isn't just used to fight planes. It's obviously good. Like, he's using the Scharnhorst to spot me right now. Well, he's actually not spotting me, but he could be spotting me with that fighter plane. We shot down all three instantly. I'm just gonna shoot some Belfast here. He's gonna smoke up. I'm gonna TRB him, hoping he either sits in smoke where he is or reverses, which means I could actually land a torpedo or two, maybe, potentially. I actually know what's gonna happen, but I won't spoil it for you guys, I guess, because that would be unfair. But yeah, so this is the Tokachi. So far in this game, I'd say we've done a pretty decent job of holding this island. This playstyle isn't really new or anything. This has been for Atlanta. I would play Atlanta the exact same I'm playing it this game, actually, except obviously we couldn't unload the torps in that situation, I guess. But otherwise, you know, it's fine. We're actually gonna go forward here and maybe try fight the Königsberg. He's at 12k HP. And we obviously don't land any torps on the Belfast, guys. I don't know what you were expecting. Me to get a dev strike. Unlikely. He probably also had Hydro on, so that could also be the case. We're just gonna try kill the Königsberg. Here I shoot, but I aim like a gorilla off the screen. I miss him instantly, so we're just gonna reshoot the Königsberg here. There's a submarine in front of me, so I'm just gonna launch depth charges. Hopefully he's next to where the white thing is, but I don't think he's right there, to be honest. But I'm just gonna try, because that's all I can do. You only get one ASW charge, and it only has one bomb on it, and it only does 3.4k damage, and that's every 30 seconds. So yeah, you're hopeful that the team can spot the submarine for you. In this situation, I can't spot it myself. Remember, we have no Hydro available right now. If we did, we would be able to spot the submarine at 2 kilometers, remember? But here we don't have it, so I'm asking my teammates to use submarine surveillance. What does that mean? It means he can spot the submarine. You know, it's a consumable to spot other submarines from submarines. There he is. There's a submarine. We're going to launch one. He's reversing, so we're going to launch behind him. He's at 60 meters, so me using my guns in this situation will mean nothing, so I'm not going to waste anything. I'm not going to get spotted by Piotr or something by shooting, because there's no point. We get one ASW hit, direct hit, it said, with a flood. So not too bad. I believe he did DCP. Our Fuso also hit him, so not too bad. We're going to get another ASW in 5 seconds or so. And I believe he's slightly accelerating forward, so we're going to drop in front of him. And just hope we get that hit. And I mean, it won't kill him, because he has 4.5k HP. But he does have a permaflood now, and he has no DCP available. So here's me hoping I get the kill, and he does die, which is nice for us. We're up to 96k damage. On my left-hand side, there's a Geda on 700 HP. Will MalteseKnight 15 minutes ago see it? He will, of course. And he's going to steal the kill, because that's how he is, guys. He's built to steal kills, apparently. So he's going to go for it. He's going to get it. There's nothing else that can really kill him, except for the Fuso, to be honest. But yeah, so now here, I'm gonna go open water. Could be a bit rogue, guys, but I think this was the way to go here for the extra damage. For one, I wanted to try figure out, you know, will I die instantly if there's a Piotr in front of me at 10 kilometers, or no? I want to try the open water capabilities of it. Let's see how it is. But the thing is, because I don't talk about it, I think, in the section with the Atlanta, something I wanted to mention is the fact that I think this is a bit better for open watering than Atlanta. Not only at tier 8 and 9 and stuff, but also tier 7s and stuff. Sorry, not only at tier 5 and 6 and 7, but also at tier 8 and 9. Part in due to the fact that you have a 48mm deck. Atlanta doesn't have that luxury. So Atlanta, you're going to get penned pretty much all over. This, you can actually bounce on your deck, which actually is useful in this situation with this Piotr. Obviously, you can get overmatched through your 25 side armor and your 13mm front armor, but your deck is at least 48. It does help you, and I think it's going to help you in a lot of situations, and it's going to be pretty useful. Also, having 36 knots is more comfortable than 34, but obviously, there are drawbacks to these advantages. But yeah, so this was a tier 7 game, of course. It's pretty good, obviously, in a tier 7 game. How will it fare in a tier 9 game? Um, well, I'll be playing it on stream more and more often in the coming days. So if you want to come and we'll just test matchmaking, see how it is. This is literally the first game I played for the recording because, as you know, I record live commentaries. So I logged in, I got the ship. As in, not I got the ship, but I loaded into a game with the ship and played it. Obviously, it is recorded, but I explained why it's recorded at the start of the game. But yeah, I played this game 10 minutes ago. This was the first game I played in it for the video. And obviously it's the only one because it's tier 7. So yeah, we end up getting 117k damage here. But yeah, pretty much that's it. I'm actually gonna skip this part because I don't really end up killing the Huron. So I'm going to go next. So for our personal score, we ended up getting 117k damage. We got 246 shell hits, 3 kills, 6 fires, pretty decent. Assisted in cap, 2 target hits, not bad. In terms of team score, we ended up getting 2k base XP. In terms of detailed report, we did 8k to the submarine, 6k to the Königsberg, and only 700 to the Geda. But we did 54k to the Bjotr, some to the Scharnhorst and Belfast and Huron. 17k damage received. We, of course, as you can see, most of our damage came from HE and fires and some from ASW. Credits and XP, we got 461,000 credits, 7k XP, 800 free XP, and 8,000 commander XP. What's nice about our base XP is we're almost 2 times second place, but yeah. For my commander build, of course, we have Last Stand, Incoming Fire Alert, Priority Target, Survivability Expert, Concealment Expert, Inertia Fuse High Explosives of high IFHE, Adrenaline Rush, and Heavy HE and Sap Shells. For equipment, I have Prop Mod 1, Aiming System Mod 1, Engine Room Protection, and Main Armaments Mod 1. And as I've mentioned in the video, I would like to compare it to Atlanta before the end of the video, just to show you what these two have in terms of characteristics. So let's look at Tokachi and Atlanta. So as you can see, let's start from, I think we should start from concealment. So Tokachi has 10.6 detection, Atlanta has 9.6 detection, and then, so obviously Tokachi has a 1 kilometer worse concealment. Tokachi has 36 knots of speed, Atlanta has 34, so Tokachi goes 2 knots faster. AA defense, I think Atlanta has better. I mean, that's according to its rating. In terms of the airstrike, what's nice is Tokachi actually gets ASW from the air. You only get 1, sure, every 30 seconds, 3.4k damage. But at least it's a depth charge from the air. Sadly, Atlanta, for example, has to use them from the ship itself. They do more damage. That's cool. And you get 8 bombs in a charge, sure. But you have to walk over the submarine. So that is an annoying thing about it. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Torpedoes. You have better torps, obviously, on the Tokachi. 12 kilometer, 70 knot torps that do 17k damage. Atlanta torps, well, are 4.5 kilometer, 65 knots. And, well, they do 16k damage. You do get more of them on the Atlanta. You get 1 per side extra torps. But that's pretty much it. The range is unusable. But the one thing, and the biggest thing Atlanta has over the Tokachi is the guns, right? Tokachi guns reload every 7 seconds with an alpha damage of 2.3k with a fire chance of 5.5% with this build. Atlanta, with the same exact build, by the way, has 1,900, so lower alpha, sure. 3.5% fire chance, so a bit lower fire chance. But the reload is 4.8 seconds, so you're shooting way quicker than the Tokachi. That's the main strength of the Atlanta. Remember the gun ranges. Atlanta also have slightly worse gun range by 0.3 worse. But the gun reload is incredible on Atlanta. That's something you obviously get on the Atlanta, which is really nice. In terms of its HP pool, Tokachi gets 5k extra HP and actually has a torpedo bulge or whatever. 13%, Atlanta doesn't, but it's 35k HP versus 30k HP. One more thing is the armor layout. As you can see on Atlanta, it's all 13 millimeters, so you get overmatched by 203s everywhere on your ship. Tokachi, on the other hand, as we saw at the start of the video, has some pretty interesting armor for a light cruiser, especially a super light cruiser. 48 millimeter deck. That's pretty good, to be honest with you. So that's nice. That's a nice thing that Tokachi has. Yeah. And then for equipment... Oh, no. Oh, yeah. For equipment, sorry. Atlanta obviously has radar. 8.5 kilometer, and you can slot the DF if you want to, but I use Hydro because I prefer it. So you have the radar. You trade that radar for, well, torpedo reload booster and a plane. I think having a radar is obviously better. Personally, if I were to pick one or the other, it's definitely Atlanta, because of the guns. But otherwise, I mean, Tokachi's not too bad. So this brings me on to, well, the part of the video which you guys are most interested in. Well, what do you think of the Tokachi? Well, I think it's actually a pretty good ship. Honestly, I do like it. Personally, I would obviously prefer Atlanta. So if you do own Atlanta, I don't think you feel the need to actually get a Tokachi. Now, the thing is, I do like this Tokachi thing. I don't know the price of the Battle Pass, one. And another thing I don't know is when you buy the Battle Pass, because this is for the Battle Pass, right? So if you buy the Battle Pass, and you get the Tokachi, you're not only getting the Tokachi, so you're not spending the doubloons just for the Tokachi, you're also getting all the premium stuff for the boosters or whatever. We have to look at it tomorrow, because tomorrow's the patch, that you get with the, well, this, right? With the Battle Pass. So when you buy the Battle Pass, you're not only going to get a Tokachi at level 50, but you'll also get all the rewards prior to that, which I have to look at because I don't know them. The ones on PTS were confirmed, not final, and the price for the Battle Pass is also not final. But I will make a Battle Pass video tomorrow or the day after, and we will go through them one by one to see, you know, is the Tokachi actually worth it for that price. But I believe this is going to work like Dockyard, in where you do missions, and you can get the Tokachi via those missions. If you buy the it's basically the Dockyard, so, but for a tier 7 ship. But there you go, that's the Tokachi. I like it quite a lot, but I can't recommend it or not recommend it because, well, I don't know the prices for the Battle Pass, but that'll be coming in the next video. So if you enjoyed the gameplay of the ship, though, I'm sure you'll enjoy, well, the ship, right? So there you go. But that's pretty much the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please let me know in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. If you do leave a comment or a like or a sub, guys, it does help me out a lot on YouTube. Or even if you come say hi on Twitch or come on the Discord and say hi, well, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Big fan.